Hey everyone, and welcome back. It's really making waves right now. This story about a pregnant woman in Nigeria. Apparently she was turned away from a health center because her husband couldn't immediately pay a $500,000 deposit. That's kind of the core of what we're looking at today.
Yeah, and it's really striking how fast a story like that just catches fire online. Taps into something really fundamental, about healthcare, about basic humanity, really.
Absolutely. So we're diving into a news report from April 2nd, 2025. It covers the online firestorm after this news broke and also what the husband did next.
Right.
So the mission for you listening in is to get the essentials, what reportedly happened, the immediate reactions, and the big questions this whole thing raises about getting medical care when you need it.
And the report, it makes it pretty clear that the first wave of shock and anger really blew up on X, what used to be Twitter.
Yeah.
Just imagine hearing that a pregnant woman needing help denied because of money. It's instantly emotional.
And it didn't just stay as online chatter, did it? This is where it gets, I think, really significant for understanding how things spread now. The husband, reportedly, he didn't just talk about it.
No, he took it further.
He apparently released a video, named the health center, even showed the outside of the building. That really brings it home, doesn't it? Makes it very specific.
Oh, absolutely. That visual element showing the actual place, that just amplifies the impact massively. Takes it from being just a story to something, much more concrete, relatable, even if disturbing.
Right. And the comments online, they really give you a feel for the public mood. Someone called Limelight commented on the size of that deposit for what they saw as like a basic clinic. They said, imagine the pigeonhole way they request for $500K. Humanity, no day again. Really hits that feeling of just a lack of compassion.
Yeah. That comment, Limelight's comment, it really underscores this stark contrast, doesn't it? The maybe modest look of the place versus this huge financial demand. Makes you wonder about the priorities.
Then there was Wendy, who asked, $500K for a place like this, and yet they can't even be sympathetic enough to admit her. So again, you see that same point, the cost versus maybe the perceived resources, and this real concern about like zero empathy in an emergency.
Wendy's point raises that critical question, what is the responsibility of a healthcare facility in an urgent situation? Should paying right now really be more important than the immediate medical need?
And Curtin World brought up another angle, saying, and what if the hospital doesn't have the facilities to attend to her? Which adds, another layer. Is the deposit even guaranteeing the right care?
That's a really practical point from Curtin World. If you're demanding that much money up front, what level of care comes with it? Is the facility actually equipped? Good question.
And some reactions were just very blunt. Sunday just stated, government needs to seal off that hospital for life. That shows you the level of anger, right?
Yeah.
People demanding serious, immediate action.
Definitely. Sunday's comment, it reflects this deep sense of outrage, calling for the ultimate penalty, really. It highlights how severe people felt this alleged action was.
And Clement asked, Kai, this is sad. Why can't they save the woman first while the man go look for money? And that gets right to the heart of the ethical problem here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Payment versus a potential life or death situation.
Exactly. Clement's question hits the fundamental ethics of it. In an emergency, should money come before care? It really challenges the whole principle of healthcare,
The report also mentioned that the husband shared this video on Instagram via Gossip Malnija, which is key, I think, to understanding just how fast and how wide this story could spread.
Yeah, the platform matters. Social media just lets these personal stories and the public reaction amplify so incredibly quickly.
So boiling it down, what are the key takeaways from this deep dive? First, the public reaction was immediate, strong, undeniable. Second, the core issue. This huge upfront payment for what looks like emergency care. And third, it's brought up this whole range of concerns, from the ethics of potentially denying care to just practical questions about, what could that facility even do?
Absolutely. This incident really throws a spotlight on that tough balance,
Yeah.
The financial side of running healthcare versus the ethical duty to provide care, especially when it's urgent.
So as you think about this, and here's maybe a final thought to chew on, what are the bigger societal implications when getting critical medical help might hinge on having cash right then and there? And maybe more constructively, what other ways could we approach this to make sure patients get care, but also that, clinics and hospitals can actually stay open? It's complex, no easy answers.
Definitely a lot to consider from this one incident.